What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to that car vlog channel. My name is Andy, and this beast you haven't seen in a while is my 1976 Chevy C10 pickup truck. Tax time is come and gone, and with some of the money I bought some things, and we're going to get this thing looking better and running and driving. Open the cab here. I've been sticking boxes in here as they come in. Not everything is here, but since it's the weekend and I don't want to wait, we're going to do an unboxing video. So let's start with this box here. Inside we have a bunch of AC Delco parts. Here we have two inner tie rod ends, two outers, two upper and lower ball joints, two of the tie rod adjusting sleeves. Here we have brand new head bolts because this thing's getting a head gasket job. Underneath all these AC Delco boxes is this thing here, a Felpro box full of head gasket set. And we've got everything. We've got intake manifold, cylinder head gasket themselves, front seal, rear seal. We've got exhaust manifold. We got valve cover. We got valve stem seals. We got water outlet distributor, air cleaner, exhaust, EGR. I don't think this thing has an EGR, but we have a lot of gaskets. Now, of course, the reason that we're doing head gaskets is for the last while before I stopped being able to drive this truck, before it completely crapped out on me, I had water pouring from this driver's side exhaust tip here. It was more maybe a little stream like you would think of if you kind of, let the faucets run at night during the winter time. It started out as just, some extra smoke or vapor, but then it got progressively worse. I'm hoping it's not a cracked head. Really, really hoping that. Because that would suck. I mean, I have to buy cylinder heads. But this 350 engine is gonna have the top end took off of it, and we're going to put some new gaskets in this thing, and it's going to run. Now, all the steering components, ball joints, tie rod ends, all this stuff here, it's old, very old, and it needs to be replaced. Plus, I'm going to be doing something to this truck anyways that's going to require me to get a front end alignment, and so I want all that stuff fresh. And so that's why we've got it all. Ball joints, tie rod ends, and the adjusters. So we make sure this thing also rides correctly. And I don't wear out these tires that, although I've had them on there for over a year, they don't have, I guarantee they only have 5,000 miles on them, because I bought them in October of 2017. I got my Kia in March of 18, and I only drove this truck occasionally before it completely stopped running. There's some paperwork there. Let's go on to the next box. Box number 2. Now, I've already opened all these boxes because when I come home from work and I see boxes of car parts, I really can't wait to check them out and make sure, of course, that everything came in correctly and I got the right parts and they look good. So here we have our idler arm. Here we go. Idler arm. So in case we don't know what an idler arm is, I'll show you in a second. Most people should that know cars, but if you don't, I'll show you. And in this box we have a pitman arm, which there's a pitman arm. Now, just in case anybody doesn't know what an idler and pitman arm is, I'll take you around and I'll show you. So on the driver's side, this arm right here is the pitman arm. It attaches to your steering gear output, and then it attaches right here to your crosslink, that bar that runs from one side to the other. These have bushings in them and whatnot, and that stuff gets worn out over the years, and eventually even they will need to be replaced. Over on the passenger side, that arm, that is the idler arm, because all it does is it sits there idle. This just serves as the other side. So it attaches to this little arm here that it hooks bolts onto the frame, and it attaches on this end to the other side of your crossbar or your drag link or whatever you want to call it. Of course, once again, those have bushings in them, grease fittings, just like ball joints and tie rod ends, and they wear out and eventually need replacing. After 40 plus years, all this stuff's pretty old. Next box. Box number 3 came off of eBay. Now, the steering components I bought from rockauto.com. I love using Rock Auto. The prices are good, and they do sell good parts. Now, this box is an eBay purchase, and this contains some beauty stuff. 2 new headlight bezels. Now these, unlike the originals, are a plastic. The originals are metal. But here's my originals. I mean, they're 40 plus years old. They're pitted, they're rusty, they're bubbled. They just don't look good. Now a while back I did go and paint this inner part with a nice dark spray paint, and I do like the way that looks. It is coming off. It wasn't really a good paint job, but I did it. But I'm gonna put these on. And man, just as a mock-up, this looks so good already. Can't wait to get these on. Probably one of the last things I'll do. I had to get something for appearance though. This is my baby. And I've already got appearance stuff on it. I got the tail lights, I got the aluminum wheels. I painted the grill. So these are definitely going to be a welcome addition to the front end of the truck. Okay, before box number 4, I'll show this. Picked up an Equus tachometer from O'Reilly Auto Parts. Very simple wiring instructions. This truck does not have a factory tach, so I'll be super excited to get this thing in and see just how fast my engine is going at various speeds and going down the highway and whatnot. Okay, time for box number 4. And I'll set the tripod up because, well, this is going to look very funny when I move this box. £56 was the shipping weight on this thing. And here we have it. Box number 4, the piece de resistance. Box is a little mangled. Shipping and then me handling it, moving it in the house and moving it back out to the truck and opening it. So here's some duct tape I put on. Open this thing up. And this, it's again the piece de resistance. I like saying that. A lowering kit for this truck. This is probably my most exciting part, and this is probably the most expensive thing that I ordered for this truck. This is well over $400, but I'm super excited. So what's going to happen with this kit is we're going to do a 4-inch drop in the rear, and we're going to do a 2-inch drop up front. It's going to bring it down, it's going to level it out. Being a 2-wheel drive truck, I think it's going to give it a really nice stance. It's going to look super cool, especially with those wheels on it. So let's dig into this box right here. The first part, the heaviest part, making this thing heavy on one end, is these shorter front end springs, these coil springs. These things are heavy duty, and they're heavy. But look at these. This is the first time I have the plastic. It's a nice color. I love the way these look. I mean, these are beefy too. Also, here is what I am to assume is the front shocks to go with the kit, since they were tucked inside the front springs. Sounds logical, right? There's complete instructions though, so I don't have to worry about any guesswork. Pull these out of the plastic. These are shorter drop shocks. These are actually made to accommodate this suspension drop, unlike regular stock shocks. Here we have our lowering shackles for the rear. These are the shackles that attach to the rear of your leaf springs, and these by themselves will provide, I do believe, a 2 or a 2.5 inch drop. Again, very beefy, kind of cool, the gunmetal color on them with the red bushings. Kind of dig it. Here we have rear shocks. I am to assume that this is the rear shocks. Open it up. Sorry, I told the camera as well. And oh yeah, these look even beefier. These look nice. I like this. Then this box in here, this big box in the bigger box, which I had to remove like 8 giant staples to get into this box. This is going to provide the other 2 inches of suspension drop. These are new leaf spring hangers for the front of the leaf springs. So check these out. This is their upright position. This is how they'll attach to the frame. I think we can maybe see, yeah, right here's the factory leaf spring hanger in the front. Do a side by side of the new one. You totally see a difference of how that's going to provide a much nicer drop. It looks like a little more than 4 inches. I'm not perfectly sure. All I know is to get a 4 inch, you do have to have both the shackles and the hangers. These, of course, are in that gunmetal color again. So are the springs. Everything's in this. I love this color. It's going to look super cool into the truck. And this is going to be the greatest thing. Besides getting it running, of course. And it looks like they even sent a couple little presents. Here we got a sticker for the window. I'll definitely be putting that on. I got a bottle opener with Suspension Specialists. That's the company that makes this product. Sells it on eBay. Full instruction manual. I've also started watching a few YouTube videos, and the installation appears to be very simple. Really, the only things I'm going to need special, I'm going to have to get myself an angle grinder, and I'm going to go ahead and get myself a ball joint popper tool to it'll pop all the ball joints and tie rod ends out of their places. But I'm super excited to get started on this. We cleaned out our carport, made a lot of room for me to be able to get the truck in here, and whether it's raining or not, I can work on it. I've got a nice area to work. I'm going to set up a table so I can put stuff on it, or just use the freezer that we're not using. Who knows? I am still waiting on a fuel sending unit for this truck. I ordered that on Rock Auto as well, but it came from a different warehouse, and it's hopefully going to show up here in a couple of days. I also ordered a replacement for my Haynes repair manual because I've lost that somehow, and I can't have that. So I ordered another one of those. That should be here in a few days, and I'll be ready to start on all this. I definitely don't want to do anything to the engine without my repair manual. It's going to give me all the torque specs. It's going to tell me how to put the new head bolts in and how to torque them correctly. And that's the most important part, because none of this is going to matter if I screw up the head gasket job by not doing it right. But there we have it. I got a few things down here, so I have to be careful closing the hood. I've got to get this thing into the carport. Obviously it's not going to go under its own power, so pushing will be required. Alright, time to move that with that. In other words, time to showcase just how stout this little Kia Sportage is. That Kia is awesome. Now we gotta push it into the carport. And there we have it. Wasn't the hardest thing in the world, but it is a heavy truck. Thankfully, that out there just has a maybe degree or two down the slope, just enough to make it easy to push it in here all by myself. Got some working room up front. I may pull it out a foot or two, but we'll see. Some working room up front to be under the hood. Plenty of space on both sides. We're working around it, getting up underneath it. This is going to be fun.
And since I still suck at YouTubing and had no idea where this video was going and did not make an outro for it, here I am in front of my awesome ledge of exotic cars. Anyways, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for the ongoing progress with the truck. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be many videos to cover all of this, but I think it'll be worth it. So, once again, make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, follow me on Instagram and Facebook at That Car Vlog channel, share these videos if you feel so inclined, go check out the other ones if you haven't seen them yet, and we'll see you later on in the project.